the hanging of the greens, and we're changing out all of the fall decor into the winter decor. So as we gather today to celebrate the hanging of the greens and Chalika, we often embrace the warmth of the season and the guiding principles that light our path as Unitarian Universalists. In times of uncertainty and unrest in the world, we tend to fall back into our traditions of comfort, for that sense of comfort and that sense of normalcy. The act of hanging the greens can serve as a reminder of the evergreen's resilience, its unwavering strength amidst the changing seasons, and in its branches we may find symbols of endurance, of hope that persists even in the darkest of times. And then there's Chalika. And what is Chalika? By now you should know, but because we do this every year. Chalika is a celebration of our 8 principles, and it calls upon us to reflect on those principles that bind us together. The flame of each principle burns brightly within us, illuminating our journey towards a world rooted in love, respect, and understanding. The holiday is designed to start on the first Sunday in December, today, and end the following Sunday. Chalice is to be lit each day in your home, and this is the perfect time to hand out random acts of kindness or start doing something that maybe you've never done before. So I'm not going to spend too long on the principles, but as I read them off, I invite you to notice any thoughts that come up while I read them, and I encourage you to explore that part within. So the first principle is the inherent worth and dignity of every person, and this guides us to cherish the uniqueness of each individual. The first principle is asking us to foster a community where everyone feels valued and embraced for who they are without changing them first. The second principle, justice, equity, and compassion in human relations, reminds us that treating people as human beings is not simply something we do one-on-one, but something that has systemic implications and can inform our entire cultural way of being. The third principle, the acceptance of one another and encouragement to spiritual growth, invites us to create a space where diverse beliefs are honored and where growth is nurtured. Conversations are encouraged, even if they might be difficult. The fourth principle, a free and responsible search for truth and meaning, empowers us to seek knowledge and wisdom, guided by our conscience and a thirst for understanding. It is also saying that you have the responsibility to find your truth. It's not on anybody else to spoon feed it to you. The fifth principle, the right of conscience and the use of the democratic process within our congregations and society at large, calls us to engage in respectful dialogue and participate in shaping a more just society. And you probably participated in that already in November by voting, but there's more work to be done. The sixth principle, the goal of a world community with peace, liberty, and justice for all, inspires us to extend our compassion beyond our community, working towards a world where peace and justice reign. Kind of hard to say something about this without saying anything about the current status of the world at large, but I think the hymn you chose sums it up quite nicely. The seventh principle, respect for the interdependent web of all existence of which we are a part, reminds us that our interconnectedness with all life and the responsibility that we bear to care for the planet that we inhabit and its inhabitants. It's not just enough to care for the humans, there's also the animals and the plants. We're all connected. The eighth principle, the journey towards spiritual wholeness by working to build a diverse, multicultural, beloved community by our actions and that accountably dismantle racism and other oppressions in ourselves and our institutions, invites us to confront and dismantle these systems of oppression that we're all very comfortable with. And it asks us to strive to create a truly inclusive and equitable community by being mindful of these systems that we grew up with. So building this beloved community is a commitment to fostering a space where every individual's inherent worth is not just acknowledged, but celebrated, where diversity is embraced as a wellspring of strength, and where justice and compassion are pillars upon which our community stands. It's a journey that demands active listening, courageous conversations, and a collective dedication to dismantling systems of oppression, ensuring that every voice is heard and valued. In this beloved community, we strive not just to coexist, but to truly understand, support, and uplift one another, creating a tapestry woven with threads of respect, love, and unity. So as we hang these greens and celebrate Chalika, may we rekindle the flames of these principles within us and let them guide our actions throughout the year. May our community be a beacon of hope, love, and justice for all. And then we'll have a moment of reflection. So our closing words: in things essential, unity; in things circumstantial, liberty; in things yet to be, courage; and in all things, wisdom and love.